11-й.
Смотри, что творится, я не знаю даже, что это сейчас взорвалось.
Это, наверное...
Truck drivers who transported strike drones to Russian strategic aviation airfields were misled regarding the nature of the cargo and were monitored throughout the entire journey to the destination. The details from the interrogations of the detained drivers by Russian investigative authorities were disclosed by the Baza news outlet. One of the drivers, a 55-year-old resident of Chelyabinsk named Alexander Z, stated that he operated a vehicle owned by a 37-year-old individual named Artem. Some time ago, he received an order from a businessman in the Murmansk region to arrange the transportation of 4 prefabricated frame houses from Chelyabinsk to the Kolsky district in the Murmansk region. The men agreed on the price, after which Alexander loaded the cargo into the truck and set off on the journey. According to the driver, an unknown person contacted him by phone during the trip, providing the instructions on where and when Alexander needed to stop. The final task was to stop near a Rosneft gas station close to a military airfield in the Murmansk region. It was from this location that the drones were launched. A similar story was told by the driver of another truck, 61-year-old named Andrei M. He reported that he drove a truck also owned by the same Artem, and his assignment had been the delivery of frame houses to the Irkutsk region. However, when he parked near the Teremok Cafe in Usolye-Siberskoye, drones began to fly out of the truck. Similar stories were told by the drivers of trucks from which drones were launched in the Ryazan and Ivanovo regions. For example, 46-year-old Sergei informed investigators that he had been transporting a modular house from Chelyabinsk. Upon entering Ryazan, the roof of his cargo came off while in transit, and drones began to fly out from there. The fourth truck, from which drones were launched yesterday near the Ivanovo airfield, was also loaded in Chelyabinsk. According to the driver, the vehicle belonged to the same Artem. According to Baza, investigators have opened a criminal case under the charge of terrorism. They are currently searching for the owner of the vehicles, Artem. Preliminary information indicates that he is originally from Ukraine. The day before, Russian telegram channels reported the identification of the location where the strike drones were assembled for the operation, at 28 Sverdlovsky Tract Street, 28A, the city of Chelyabinsk. The site turned out to be a warehouse facility, which was allegedly identified based on photos released by the Security Service of Ukraine. On the same day, Russian security forces conducted searches at the location. The day after the Ukrainian Special Services operation, a campaign began in Russia involving mass inspections of trucks for possible drone transportation. The residents of the Irkutsk region in Russia report multi-kilometer traffic jams caused by police checks of trucks. Operation Spider's Web, aimed at destroying Russian strategic aviation aircraft, targeted military airfields at Belaya, Ivanovo, Ukrainka, Olenya, and Diaghilevo. During the Operation Spiderweb, where Ukraine attacked 4 Russian military airfields and burned more than 40 planes, for the first time, drones have attacked Siberia, according to the governor of Russia's Irkutsk region. He confirmed a strike on a military site in the village of Shredny and noted at least 1 UAV drop on an old building in Novomaltinsk. The launch source, he claimed, has already been blocked. A recap of the events by a Russian local.
Вон эта хуета горит, машина с краю стояла нахуй, сука. Вот от нее коптеры полетели, в рот их ебать. Они тут сцепились нахуй, на этой стоянке, еб, на Новомалтинск нахуй. Вот, 4 или 5 коптеров я снимал, блядь. Они сначала уебались, там эти панели нахуй, как бы эти, блядь, солнечные. Что-то там они разбирались нахуй, и короче все. И не стало никого нахуй. И смотрю, блядь, один коптер взлетает, второй коптер взлетает, а третий, четвертый, ебаный, и вон дым нахуй, это аэродром похоже нахуй. Вот он, блядь, о, хуярит нахуй, ебаный, там еще остатки нахуй, сука. Я стоял через 2 машины, сука. О, хуета, в рот меня ебать, вон они, блядь, обломки полетели, сука. Вот такая ебатень, блядь. О, пидоры ебаные, уже до Сибири добрались нахуй. Ну что это такое, сука? Ну все, пора глушить их нахуй, наглухо нахуй. Что это за хуйня? Заебись, блядь. Я только стакан принял, думаю, блядь, как хорошо отдохну, нихуя отдохнул, блядь.
The spectacular Ukrainian attack on multiple air bases today highlights the progress that Ukraine has made building an effective long-range strike capability since 2022. There are many lessons that Western military organizations might take from this, but there are also some insights on this war and the future of war as well. The attacks, part of a longer campaign to place cumulative pressure on Russia's economy, political leaders, and war-making capacity, will probably not be a decisive turning point in the war. They will, however, have a military impact. Military impacts include a reduction in Russian missile carrying and launching aircraft, a reassessment of the locations of these aircraft, possible changes in the air and drone defenses at Russian bases, as well as a nice morale bump for the Ukrainians. But there are also lessons here for the conduct of war more broadly. While not entirely new, the attack emphasizes the impact of drones, the need for better drone defenses in bases at home, the requirement for more creativity and diversity in strike operations, and the need to better appreciate and take strategic risks. What is happening on other battlefields? Russian forces attempted a breakthrough near Seversk, using 8 motorcycles to storm positions held by the 10th Separate Mountain Assault Brigade. The assault failed, and surviving Russian troops were forced to retreat. As of June 2, 2025, the situation around Seversk in Ukraine's Donetsk region remains tense. Russian forces have conducted multiple attacks near Bilohorivka, Verkhnyokamyanska, and Hrihorivka, though no significant territorial gains have been reported. Ukrainian defenders, including the Rubizh Brigade, continue to hold their positions despite daily assaults. Seversk, once a city of over 10,000 residents, has been heavily damaged by ongoing hostilities. Most civilians have evacuated, and those remaining often shelter underground to avoid constant shelling. The city's strategic location makes it a focal point in the conflict, with both sides recognizing its importance. The coming days are likely to see continued clashes as control over this area remains contested. In the Seversk sector, Russian forces have recently attempted a novel assault tactic by deploying motorcycle-mounted troops to breach Ukrainian lines. In a notable incident, 8 motorcycles were used in an attack against positions held by Ukraine's 10th Mountain Assault Brigade. This assault was repelled, with surviving Russian troops forced to retreat. Drone pilots from Ukraine's Bulava unit destroyed a Russian 1L219 Zoopark 1 counter-battery radar on the Novopavlivka axis. Ukraine will study the capabilities of the Slovak Wolf 25 AD anti-aircraft artillery system, with plans to purchase hundreds of such systems in the future. According to the Future Army media, the recently presented Wolf 25 AD anti-drone system, showcased at the IDET Defense Forum, was sent directly from the exhibition to Ukraine. Along with another sample, it will undergo extensive testing. Based on the test results, a decision will be made regarding further purchases. The potential order quantity is not disclosed, but according to journalists' information, it concerns hundreds of units. It is reported that the development of this system was initiated 2 years ago by the Ukrainian side. Its main purpose is to protect artillery, convoys, and command posts on the front lines from enemy strike drones. Developed by a Slovak company, the system is based on the Wolf 4x4 armored vehicle chassis, with a Mangart 25 AD turret from the Slovenian firm Valhalla Turrets mounted on its roof. As the main armament, a 25mm automatic cannon and programmable ammunition were chosen, since this combination provides lower weight and comparable effectiveness to 30mm systems, which are significantly heavier and more expensive. The Wolf 25 AD can independently search for targets thanks to an integrated S-band radar system from Rheinmetall. Its antennas can track up to 150 air targets within a 360-degree sector around the vehicle. According to the technical specifications, target detection ranges are as follows: fighter jets, up to 20 kilometers, helicopters, up to 12 kilometers, missiles, up to 10 kilometers, Lancet-type drones, up to 8 to 10 kilometers, reconnaissance drones, up to 5 kilometers, micro-drones, FPV or commercial quadcopters, up to 5 kilometers. The developers assure that the vehicle has already undergone testing against FPV drones. Standard 25mm ammunition successfully intercepted FPV drones at distances up to 350 meters. Thus, the system is designed to meet the challenges of modern battlefields, particularly in Ukraine. It is currently unknown whether, in the case of large-scale purchases, the system will be integrated onto the chassis of a Ukrainian armored vehicle, or if the choice will remain with the original platform by DefTech. Ukraine already has the Varta 2 armored vehicle in its arsenal, which has demonstrated the capability to mount medium-caliber artillery systems and could serve as a platform for the Slovak system. However, in this case, significant structural modifications would still be required. Simply mounting the turret on the roof is not enough. The installed radars require water cooling and have high power consumption, so the system's operation necessitates the integration of several subsystems.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.